morning. It's pretty chunky snow out here. Chunky snow? Chunky rain. Messed that one up. pretty chunky rain out here. The rain's just floating. So I got to Christina Lake last night. Pulled over there. Got to the customer at 8:30 in the morning. And now we're headed to Nakusp to load there. So I was wrong. Not loading at Vasnikov. Go to Nakusp. Which way should I go? I could go. It's snowing. You know what? We're gonna avoid the Bombi, just in case it's not good up there. I predict it's slushy and wet up there, but it's exactly the same distance from here to Highway 6 to go to Nakusp. I guess we are on Highway 6, but it's just as fast to go this way via Nelson than it is going via Castlegar. So how are you guys doing? Alright, if your kids are watching, make sure they start pumping their fists. You need to get some pumping of fists. Oh, there they are. I see them now. Don't see those very often, by the way. Saw that yesterday while I was talking to Jess driving through Osoyoos. Somebody was pumping their fists, so. And I honestly see quite a few adults pumping their fists as well, which is cool. It's like, some people are still kids at heart. Love it. Just because you're an adult doesn't mean you can't pump your fist when you see a big rig. Alright, speed limit here is 90. I'm going to put power divider lock on because the roads are pretty wet and I'm empty. All the trees, they've all got a fresh layer of snow on them. It's beautiful, but dude, we're in April. Someone said that British Columbia has 4 Fool Springs. I'm starting to feel there's more than 4 Fool Springs. This is a beautiful highway too. So we're going to take a highway home today that we rarely travel. From the cusp, we're going to go west, right to Vernon. Take the ferry there. It's a little bit of a smaller ferry over that way, but the Super B chip trucks come that way all the time. I don't know if I've brought a flatbed over there, but when I was training, no, I have brought the flatbed over once. I can remember once going the opposite direction as we were this time, but when I was doing my training running chip trucks, I ran that ferry a couple times. And with the chip trucks, when you get to a ferry, you actually jump out and raise your suspension, because the trailers ride so low to the ground. If you don't raise your suspension, you're going to hang up the trailers going on and off of the ferry. And raising the suspension fills the airbags all the way up, meaning you don't have much of a suspension, but you can fill them up all the way just to clear some of the lower areas. By raising the suspension, you're over legal height. So you can't run down the road with your suspension raised. So we stopped at Salmo. That shop that you saw was our main office, home office. Stopped there. Picked up 2 new straps for the ones that I lost on the highway last week. Picked up 2 new wipers. I haven't installed those yet. These are so terribly streaky, and when you're following other traffic, they're not cleaning at all. So I've got 2 new wipers, and I picked up 6 boxes of gloves. And those gloves are getting delivered to West Kelowna office. They asked me, while you're stopping in Salmo, can you deliver some gloves to us over here? It's like, sure. Do my part to deliver gloves to other drivers. I have enough gloves in here. I asked the supervisor in West Kelowna for a box last week, so I've got enough for a little longer anyway, so I don't need another box. And honestly, gloves, paper towels, cleaner, what else were they saying? Hand sanitizer. 4 things that Sutco wants us to all carry now with COVID-19. And they're like, have you stopped at the office and picked up those items yet? It's like you're not showing up on the list, or it's like, no, I have not gone and picked up those items yet. Well, you need to go pick up those items. I'm like, no, I don't. I already have those on board. I bought those 2.5 years ago when I started trucking. They are always here. I practiced hygiene long before COVID-19, before it was cool. I was cool before it was cool to be cool. It's just common sense, hygiene. I'll wear gloves anytime I know there's an outbreak of anything. If there's a flu outbreak in it, I'll be wearing gloves. And then hand sanitizer, I'll use no matter what. Every day, all the time, I'm always using hand sanitizer. It's just hygiene. Us truckers don't have access to running water. A lot of the portion of the day we don't have access to running water, so hand sanitizer. single time I jump out of the truck and touch a surface that somebody else might have touched, hand sanitizer. It's going harder this way. Only +2. I wonder if I'm going to run into slippery roads as I go north on towards the cusp. I hope I don't have to chain up. Should get to the cusp around 1 o'clock. Get loaded there. I don't know, get home at 6 or 7. The load I'm loading here is going to Tacoma, Washington. On Monday morning, and apparently they're only open between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. So I gotta make sure I leave early enough on Sunday that I can fit inside of that window. Those wipers while I was stopped there, shouldn't I have? Decent sized potholes here. Starting whiter and whiter and whiter. It's starting to feel like winter here. It's 0 degrees here. Great. I might run into slippery roads. Become a monster. I'll have my daily intake of cookies. Well, okay, I am a monster, but I'm a cookie monster. Without the cookies, I'd only be a monster. Relaxing drive over here right now. As long as the roads stay wet, I think it'll stay relaxing. Got my radios on just in case there's something exciting going on ahead of us. People can warn me. More and more slush on the road. get slushier, I'll turn them off. Don't need to slow down for these corners, but I'm going to because I'm not sure what I'll be running into. If all of a sudden there's solid ice around the corner, if I slow down, at least I've got a chance of making it around the corner. People are doing some cross-country skiing still. Excuse me. Yeah, just because ski hills are closed doesn't mean that they can't still do cross-country skiing. It looks like the trails are no longer groomed, but you can still go skiing. There's some blue sky up there. That gives me some hope for further down the road. Looks like a big rig must have flipped over with rig mats on it. All right, brake check done. Rocks on the road. Normally I crawl down this at about 50 to 60 kilometers per hour, but today we can go 80 until we get to the corners. Because we're empty. It's easy just to let off the throttle, let the engine brake slow you right down. Is that snow or a rock? I'm gonna miss it anyway, but I think it'll snow. So we're still northbound on Highway 6. Well, we'll be on Highway 6 all day. Well, a good portion of the day anyway. coming up to, what's it called again? There's a town ahead of us. And then the town after the one ahead of us is, we're coming up to Silverwood. Silverwood? That sound right? Silverton? Silverton. There we go, that sounds better. Silverton. And then New Denver after that. And then we're still 50 kilometers away from our customer to pick up our load of, I think it was called slatted fence or something like that. So I think I know what we're picking up, but I'll have to wait and see once we are loading it. It's tarp load, so. Will be interesting tarping. Slatted fences, I think it'll be a fairly tall load. So I don't know where they have a tarping station there. I think they do have a tarping station, I recall now. But I've never picked up fences from them before, so. So far the weather's holding up. Just said between the ferry and Vernon, there's still a lot of snow, so the road looked like they were still clear, but it was snowing quite a bit up there. So I asked her to update me at 1 o'clock, and then I'll decide if I want to take that route or have to loop all the way around to Revelstoke. Quite a long detour. Prefer to get home earlier than later, but if the roads are really bad, there's no point of taking that road to Vernon because some really steep passes in there. Steep climbs, steep descents. Silverton. You guys have seen me deliver here before. Hardware store right here on the corner, the brown looking one. Does look like it's snowing down that way or up that way, so it'll be interesting. Well, we'll get loaded and then we'll see how it goes from there. are actually dusty here. That's how dry the roads are getting here, so that's a good sign. Speed limit's 80 here, but good luck trying to get up to the speed limit. I've sure done a lot of fun highways this week. Of course, Jess is at home. She's definitely jealous of all the beautiful highways we've driven this week. And you guys all know I like this town because of Project Zomboid, a video game we play, and this town is one of the mods in the game. Cusp 43, but we're not going all the way to the cusp to load. We're loading a little before that, so we're loading in 38 kilometers, so quite a bit before the cusp. unloaded, tarped. So basically they're just fence posts, but they're not round fence posts, they're just jagged lines fence posts. You know, like firewood would be split. It's just like huge logs that are split. But then the forklift driver noticed something when I pulled into the yard. My whole front bumper was hanging loose. It was sticking way out. So I've got it held in with a strap right now. That's solid in there, so it should be good. I let my dispatch know. He's already made an appointment for me tomorrow morning. And I'll just keep looking at it, make sure that strap's holding it in. It looks like it's been busted for a long time. It looks like the bolt or the pin that holds the bumper in has been missing a while. There's just a bunch of dirt in the hole and all that, so it's like, okay, if it's been missing a while, it should be okay running down the highway with only one pin. Just put a strap on it. Luckily I had an old strap in the toolbox. I'm like, I could bungee it on, but I'm like, let's see if there's an old strap laying around. And I found one. Actually, I found two in there, so I got two old straps laying in there. I am dirty and sweaty and disgusting, and I just want to get home.
Turn right on Highway 6.
Just as it's snowing like crazy up there, so should be fun. Okay, I'm going to stop up here. Okay. Nobody coming down on that road behind us? Okay.
It's 7.5 kilometers.
Pull down into the cusp.
Turn left on Highway 23. Yeah, I never noticed that there was a pin missing there. It's not obvious where the pin should be. It took me a while to go, what is holding this in? Go look, what's different on this side that's different on the other side. I'm like, right there. There's one pin right here that should be holding everything together. I slammed it back in there. I couldn't slam it all the way back in, so maybe there's still part of a pin in there. Maybe it's a broken pin. Now, we don't have a lot of spare time to make it home today, so we got a boogie. No wasted time. Ah, 60 ahead, okay. Garmin says it'll be about 5 hours to get home, and I have about 6 hours of drive time, and that's going over some steep climbs and stuff. So, but I am US weight, so I shouldn't lose too much time on those climbs. I'll lose a little bit of time, but an hour's worth, I doubt it. And the ferry crossing is off-duty time. I've only taken an hour off duty, so if the ferry takes a full hour, I'm fine. If it takes an hour and a half, it starts getting a little tricky. I'm not sure what time the sailings are. And then if I have to chain up and all that, there is a chance I'm not going to make it home. There's a chance. Oh, I'm doing 70. 60.
Okay. So load secure in 80 kilometers. So, okay, make a mental. I'm doing 70 again, jeez. Just a comfortable speed doing 70 here. Feels like the right speed. I guess subconsciously I'm in a rush too, so I'm going quicker too. I'm like, go, 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 but okay, 60. Stick to 60. There's a lake that we have to cross. You see it in the background there? But it's still many miles away before we have to cross it. Jess said that snowstorms are moving in and moving through, and so the roads might be slippery up there, depending if the plows are running over there or not. It might be slippery, so let's get over that before it freezes. So it's 3 p.m. now. Yeah, if we can make it over, yeah, we'll make it over the ferry before it gets colder type of temperatures, so we should be okay. Shame we can't turn over here, huh? Shortcut through the cusp. Yeah, for a second there when the bumper was hanging off, I'm like, well, I'm not getting home today. I'm busted, I can't move. And it's like, wait, is there a way of securing that? Stop and think about this. If I can secure it and drive home today, drop the truck off at the dealership, let them bolt it back together. It should be a fairly easy fix. Just put a pin in there. It might be pretty rusted on, so who knows how easy it is, but
at the end of the street, turn left.
yeah, so these are all fence posts. Like when you think of firewood, split firewood into these small chunks, basically they took a tree and just split it 4 ways, and it's just a rough post that way. I've never seen, I have old posts, like back in the old day, you know, I see these old fences with
at the stop sign.
Posts like this, but I haven't seen modern posts like this. So I didn't know they still made posts this way. He just came over the ferry, so
In 1 kilometer, turn left on Highway 23.
I've missed this sailing, obviously, so, well, if he's over here, I should be able to make it there by the next sailing. I don't know how many kilometers it is. Who knows? So weird not slowing down in school zones. It's like, right, nobody's in school, nobody's at work. The ferries are requesting people stay in their vehicles. So when you pull onto the ferry, you're not supposed to wander around, touch anything. Stay in your vehicle. Excuse me. Drink of water.
In 400 meters, turn left on Highway 23.
Truck road here. No trucks ahead. Okay. Garmin's giving me the wrong directions.
Turn right on 5th Avenue Northwest, then take the first left.
See, don't follow Garmin directions. Don't follow your GPS. Still read signs.
Turn right on 3rd Avenue Northwest, then take the first left.
Put a big concrete block on that stop sign. So many semis turn on this corner that I'm sure some of them have taken that stop
Turn
sign
right
out.
on 1st Avenue Northeast, then take the first left. Turn left at the stop sign.
Beautiful, beautiful lake. "57 kilometers to the ferry, so a little more than half an hour." If that truck just came off the ferry, I might miss a ferry. Oh well, it is what it is.
Continue on Highway 6.
Man, it's been a long time since I've driven on this highway. Slippery sections. That's what I was worried about. Gone the opposite direction on the dial for the radio. There we go. We'll set cruise control for now. Roads don't have any standing water on them. It's +3, so they're not slippery. I'll catch up with you guys when we're on the ferry. The other side of the ferry, the roads are a lot more spectacular. Hopefully it's still enough light to shoot video on the other side. There'll be some climbing on that side. I forgot how small this ferry is. Just enough time to walk around the truck, check everything, strap everything down. And the ferry was here already. See how long it takes for the arm to come up. I'm guessing 5 minutes. Okay, hands on the keys. Just 1 second. Okay, I should be able to hear you now. I am. I'm in a Kenworth for now, and we'll see what happens once this COVID thing's done, because this has only got the 1 bed in there, so Jess can't come along. But right now, Jess can't come along anyway because she's not essential.
Arrive at the Spoqueator Ferry on the left.
I'm just boarding a ferry. Yeah, Needles. Yeah, it's been steady. We've been getting different runs. They've been unique, fun, different roads, like up to Lillooet and stuff like that. So I've been enjoying these runs. Yes. Well, my buddy said that they got hit hard in Manitoba, so don't Yep. You get these drifts that are like 2 feet, 3 feet high going across the road, and you nail them as you go on the highway. Yep. Thank you. Thanks for the call. I'd chat longer, but like I said, I'm going to lose cell service here right away as I go into the mountains. Okay. All right. Enjoy your weekend. Drive safe. Bye. All right. So I probably muted part of that conversation with my buddy. He's in Ontario right now. So that little ferry, it was just me and that one car. It's actually, there's no propellers on that ferry. It's a cable ferry. There's 3 cables that the ferry, I think 2 of them are guide cables, and then 1 cable that the ferry has this big wheel that it pulls itself along on the cables. Yeah, I sent my buddy a picture of my front bumper and he called me right away. Oh, okay. Yep, we've lost cell service here already. I knew it. No point in putting 4-way flashes on. There's nobody behind us. At least not for the first little while. Climb this steep hill. I can't remember what percent downgrade it is, but it's a steep one. I got a US load, so I'm making good progress here. Stay shut. One drawer of the cabinet was above my head, was all of a sudden a little bit open. I'm like, nope, stay shut. So he scaled me in pounds. They made me scale in. I didn't want to scale in. I'm like, I know my gauges, I'm not overweight. My boss says I have to scale you in anyway. I'm like, fine. We'll go over the scale, detour around, scale in, like, waste 10 minutes. I'm like, I don't have time to waste 10 minutes. I want to try to get home. So they scaled me in. My front axle was 11,600 pounds. We're allowed 12,450, something like that, maybe more than that. Either way, it's well went with. My drives, he scaled me in at 28,660 pounds. We're allowed 34. My bridge, he scaled in 34,500. We're allowed 43. And then my pup scaled in at 26,860. And we're allowed 34. Now, having said that, that's per axle grouping. There's in the US, If you max out right to what you're allowed on each axle, you'll be overweight gross. So gross, we're allowed to go to 105, 500 pounds. And I scaled in at 101, 620. So, like I told you I was light. He goes, I know. But as you guys saw, I'm full. Can't put any more on me, so. We got a bunch of climbing to do here. I think I'll shoot clips as we get to more. I'll just kind of keep shooting 10-minute, 20-minute clips as we keep going. That way I don't have a really long video. As the scenery changes, roads change, I'll throw in a couple more clips of this highway towards Vernon. For now, there's no real hairpin, there's no scenery other than it's winter. It's winter. And it's snowing. Yeah, some slush down here already. We got a lot more climbing to do. It's gotten slush here. Tracking it. We're nowhere near the top yet, so this may get interesting. It's +2 here. Hopefully it doesn't get much colder up there. I really hope not to chain up. $123 kilometers to Vernon. Well, till Highway 97 intersection in Vernon. Looks like just little sections here and there where the slush is thicker, so. We're climbing right now. I'm having a hard time getting to speed limit. We're just not climbing very steep. I don't know, I've really been on some fun roads this week. I only wish Jess had been along for the ride, because this is fun. I have a lot more fun when I drive on roads that I don't drive very often. climbing. We're now 109 kilometers from Vernon. Our bridge there. It's narrow winding for the next 7 kilometers. Decent sized rocks on the road too, here and there. It's a 1-lane bridge. Nobody coming? Nope, nobody coming. Trailer barely clears that corner. Yeah, I forgot there was a 1-lane bridge on this highway. So far, the roads are still just wet, so far we're good. The deep cut down there. It's definitely a deep gorge. We don't want to go off the road down that. There's no surviving that. Well, a tree might hold you up. That's the only thing keeping us from going in there now is the trees. There's no barrier, and it is deep down there. If anyone wants a map of roads you should take on a motorcycle, I could make one. In fact, I should make one sometime. Southern interior of British Columbia, I can make you a list of maps roads motorcycles should ride on. Well, I'll just take this week's videos and ride on those highways. That'll get a good number of those highways. curvy highways here. Forgot how many sharp corners there are on this highway too. Like I said, it's been a long time. It's got to be over 2 years. Nobody on the highway. Ran into a car here and there, but it's pretty empty. Zero degrees, so this road will get slippery soon. Hopefully I get off of it before it does get slippery. Then it's going to be black ice. Then nobody will have fun on this. Okay, automatic. I was wondering if the automatic in these would be just like the ones in the International. Apparently they are. Get confused when climbing a steep hill. Well, I've lost 10 minutes, so we only got 50 minutes to spare. Should be okay though. I think we're getting close to being done climbing. Well, there's probably still some more climbing, but I think the majority of the climbing is done. The very, very steep stuff anyway. We have some very steep downhill yet as we get closer to Vernon, so hopefully the roads don't get slippery on those downhills, or else I'm going to want chains on the trailer. definitely still winter up here. Looking at the tracks on the road, everybody's been cutting the corners. That's not cool. People are used to this road being so empty that they can cut the corners. Man, that's gonna bite them, and they're gonna have quite the bad experience if you cut a blind corner like some of those tracks were. If I'm coming around that corner when you cut it, that's it, you're done. Some more speed in here again. In the summer, you've got to be careful up here. It's free range cattle, so sometimes it'll just be a herd of cattle standing on the road. There's the brake check going down. '66 to Lumbee, 93 to Vernon. Quite the galloping type of road here, getting jostled around all over the place. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, roads are good. I'm quite happy with this. Definitely no risk of having to chain up here. That's good. More tight turns. In the summer, this is a swampy section. There's a woodpecker I just saw flying there. human being. Rest area closed. There's actually a shortcut road here. So the road here on the right hand side right down that road. If you go down that road, you can meet back up with this highway a little further down. So it's a bit of a shortcut. It's a shorter distance, but it has steep grades. No, I've never gone on it. I just know because the line it shows on the GPS has got a lot of switchbacks. And it's quite a distance shorter than this road. We do a big U over here while it just cuts straight across. Well, at least I'm not losing any more time. Even with all these slow corners, I'm not actually losing time. So I still have 50 minutes to spare. Bottom of the U now. Now we turn around and go back north. Well, at least in my brain it's back north. I don't know if I've lost my sense of direction. When you make this many turns in these mountains, you start losing track of where north is. Although I think I see I don't see the sun. I thought I saw the sun for a bit earlier, but don't know where the sun is right now. Because I would expect the sun to be in front of us. can actually see way down into the valley there. We're not going that way, but going down. How they explain the switchbacks on that other road. This is beautiful country. I do enjoy these roads. That is Lumbee 55, Vernon 82. Someone lives out here. Maybe not in the, that's for sale. It's like it's not, driveway's not plowed in the winter. Beautiful place to live. Swampy area though, so there must be a lot of mosquitoes though. Because on our right hand side here, that's all swampy area. Section of Go Time Road before we get back into the sharp corners. We're almost to where that other shortcut road would have come back in. See it on the GPS. Over here it's a beautiful little lake. Clear water in the summer. But it's a really small little lakes. Like, that'd be fun kayaking there. It's not really worth bringing the kayaks all the way up here for a small little lake like that. And more swampy area. Lots of swamp. Another nice little lake here. You know, this lake is big enough over here. I think it'd be worth bringing a kayak up for this. Although there's a lot of downed trees in the lake, so I think a canoe would have problems in a lake like this, but a kayak could go over those downed trees. Okay, so where is that road now? This is definitely twists and turns type of road. Don't get a lot of relaxing time. Road should be coming in on our right hand side here on one of these curves. Be on the next curve. I see it on the GPS. Should be right around the corner. Maybe not. Maybe buried under snow. Okay, I see where it should be. There's a sign there. There's a little bit of a pullout over here. So yeah, right there should be the road. It is buried, not plowed. So that'd be the shortcut. Take a quad on that. It's a logging road. Oh, we got a brake check up here. You know, that means going down a steep hill. % downgrade. All right, I'll jump out, do the brake check, clean off all the lights and stuff like that.